Out here, we've got a massive environment, a beautiful environment. We're doing our bit by reducing fuel consumption. We're moving less soil, some cases not moving any soil at all by direct drilling. We're having these wildlife areas, we're feeding wildlife. So everything we're doing is looking at reducing the impact on the environment at the same time as maximising food production. We need to do that and keep doing that, because the minute you stand still and the minute you get complacent, then you end up going backwards. For us, improving soil organic matter and helping the soil be more resilient, it's everything. You know, it's vitally important. This is why we are using every single technique and every single trick in the book. Here we haven't baled any straw since the straw burning ban. So every single year, every field, we've put the straw back into the soil, which is opening it up, making it more resilient and able to withstand the variable and intense weather that we get. We've been liquid fertiliser now probably about 5 years. I first switched from solids to liquid because we were getting a lot of striping. We're on 32-metre tram lines here, but the flower margins that I'm stood on now, when we're here, we were finding we were getting fertiliser spinning into the flower margins. Our coefficient of variation was increasing, which was wrong as well for the environment. So we were actually impacting on the environment and on our flower margins, but we're also impacting on our profitability, because those 6 metres around the edge of the field were only probably 50% at capacity for producing food. So for us, going into liquid was a bold move, but it really has paid off. We're less area to store our fertiliser. There's tanks in the yard. We've got 150,000 litres of fertiliser there stored. We've had better crops, we've had yield increases, but for me the biggest thing is we're now growing consistent crops across the whole field. So it starts in the winter, in January, when we are looking at how much nitrogen is actually in the soil to maximise the amount of nitrogen we put on linked into the amount of food we produce. And so that's the first thing we do. We do tissue tests throughout the season. And if a crop needs something because it's short of it, it gets it. And then after harvest, we have the grain tested for grain nitrogen content to see whether it's worked or whether it's right. The public want to see a healthy countryside. And I think the biggest thing for me is when people drive past on the road, seeing a farm run well with linked into wildlife protection and flowers, and they can see that we're doing something for the environment and nature. So I think it's public perception is the one for me that's massively important.